We gotta go right to Sam. Sam?
You better go right to me, Daniel. I'm on the ice. We're doing a little sled hockey today.
Where your milk comes from, guys. This is so neat.
Oh, don't look at me like that. They told me to do it.
Now, Dan, this is what I was talking to you earlier about. This is the Ford Mach-E. Be careful, because it's so sharp, you might cut yourself. All electric, and I just set the alarm off on it like a real idiot. But you know what? That's a little of horrors. Friday and Saturday. Ah! Oh, boy. Friday and Saturday. And not all heroes wear capes, Dan, and I'm here to help the folks at home out. If your head is spinning like a machine tempering chocolate, I'm here to help. Now, one of the great things about buying a specialty food product for your loved one is it's like a little work of art you can eat, and nothing's... You may be asking yourself right now, Daniel, Sam, you're in a pool, why are you wearing a shirt? Well, my body's weird, and Rochester isn't quite ready for it.
The passion, the athleticism, the eye-hand coordination that is croquet.
Did that go through?
It did.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like that, guys? You like that? A studio upstairs where they make stuff. They got a makerspace in the back. They're going to expand into classes. There's a lot going on here.
In Greece.
And that's how he warms up. He's pop-locking a little bit this morning.
I've been going through the book, and you say something in the introduction that's really interesting. You say, The Island of Four Ps is not a how-to-business book. It's a think-about-it book in the form of a fable. When somebody's reading this, and they're following Mark Dacus on his travels through these 4 separate villages, how would you like them to approach each chapter or each quest that he's on?
Very good question, Sam.
You were head writer for WWE for a number of years. You made a lot of really amazing connections. One of those connections was to potentially the world's most famous former WWE superstar, The Rock. You now work for The Rock, his production company, and you work as a producer on Young Rock. Talk to me about how accurate those stories are and how much input the man himself actually has into that show. Why a one-woman show? Why not expand this to a full cast to tell a more narrative story? One thing, how has touring changed from, say, 1993 to 2023 for you guys?
The biggest difference is smartphones.
If you visit the Dryden Theater at the Eastman Museum, it's hard to miss the piece of art right outside the front door. A bronze sculpture of Philip Seymour Hoffman arrived in Rochester last May.
We thought, wow, it'd be really cool to have it unveiled here in Rochester, his hometown.
Emily Ann Barr says what was supposed to be a temporary visit in her brother's hometown has become a permanent stay.
Well, we have had a really nice relationship with the Eastman Museum for years. They held his memorial after he passed away. So it was natural. It was natural to kind of connect with the Eastman Museum.
Last month, the Dryden started a year-long exhibition of the late Oscar winner's most important films. Jared Case, who's the curator of film exhibitions at the Dryden, says it's a way to pay homage to one of Rochester's favorite sons.
Phil is an actor who not only is local to us, but is very celebrated and incredibly gifted actor. So it's part of our cinema heritage and one that we can be particularly proud of because he did come from our region.
Case says he hopes that when people watch these films, they learn more about Hoffman and not just as an actor.
What I'd love people to take away from the films in the series is just a sense of who Phil was. Not just from the characters that he played, but the work that he put in.
When this film series is over at the end of the year, the sculpture of a film great and a man loved by many will remain.
And I think that's the thing, is I think his legacy really is to just love well. I always think about that when I think about his legacy.
Hoffman's family has even started using a hashtag in that vein, fill the world with love, something Barr says her brother did every day. Sam Carter, 13 Wham News. Right now, I'm in Hagedorn's, and pretty soon it'll be closing its doors for good. But for many that have been shopping here for years, they're losing more than just a grocery store. Jane Geisel has been a faithful Hagedorn shopper since the late 1950s.
The meat market is the best meat market in the world. I won't buy my meat anyplace but here.
When she heard the news the store is closing, she was sad and a little bit surprised.
Well, I didn't cry, but it was damn near it. and my whole family is all upset about it. Why are they closing?
John Gonzalez, the Hagedorn store manager and the grandson of its founder, says the costs of running the grocery store and, well, competition came to be too much.
It becomes more difficult every single year. It's just a very difficult industry to be in right now. You have a ton of competition. You know, for us, we have, you know, a couple Wegmans right around us within 3 miles. You've got an Aldi's, you've got Walmart, you've got Target. We're loaded with competition, so it's fierce.
About 120 employees will lose their job when the grocery store closes. It's been a pillar of the Webster community since Bruce Hagedorn first opened it in 1953.
I think the lasting legacy is the bond we have with the people in the community. That's what I would say. I mean, there's a lot of people, both our employees and shoppers that come in here that just really have a lot of fond memories of the store.
For some shoppers, though, like Jane Geisel, it won't be the food they miss most, but rather the relationships.
It's friends. I mean, they take the baskets out, come put it in the car. They always have a smile. I have not met anybody here that hasn't smiled.
And while the owners say they don't quite know what they're doing with the building yet, but whatever food's left over, they are working with nonprofits to distribute that. In Webster, for 13 WHAM News, I'm Sam Carter.